The following is a presentation from PokerStars.net.
For me, it started small. From pool halls in Toronto to poke rooms in Las Vegas.
It's given me a life
I never could have dreamed.
The game has taken me around the world. I've seen it all.
From the Windy City to Sin City. This game can make you a legend.
This game can make you a champion.
It may have started small.
It may have started
But now, it's the big game.
This is the next generation.
It doesn't get any bigger than this.
This is the PokerStars.net Big Game.
Welcome to Las Vegas and the newest big game in town. Alongside Joe Stapleton, I'm Chris Rose, and tonight some of the world's best are bringing over $500,000 to the table in our state-of-the-art poker room.
2004 main event runner-up David Williams starts off with $100,000.
Texas Dolly, Hall of Famer Doyle Brunson starting off with $100K.
Daniel Negreanu Kid Poker is here. He's chosen to start off super deep stacked with $200,000.
Wealthy internet entrepreneur Jason Calacanis starting off with $100,000.
And ultra-high stakes limit pro Abe Mosseri, he's starting off with $100K.
And the final player at the tables, 29-year-old aspiring poker pro Will Davis from Hilliard, Ohio. This diehard Cleveland sports fan is this week's loose cannon, staked $100,000, and he's with Amanda Leatherman.
Will, every amateur poker player dreams about being right where you are today. What's going through your mind?
A lot of nervousness and excitement.
What are you so nervous about?
There's a ton of money in that table. I could win or lose a pot worth more than my house.
That's true. Who do you think you're gunning for today? If you had to choose one guy out there that you'd want to bust, who's it going to be?
My wife already chose for me, Daniel Negreanu. She doesn't like his table talk, so she said, go get him.
All right, Will, go join the big game.
Thanks.
Once again, each loose cannon is staked $100,000 to play, keeps all winnings above the initial $100K, and at season's end, the loose cannon who's won the most money earns a North American Poker Tour passport worth $50,000.
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
And what's your name?
I'm Will.
Will, yeah.
Who are you?
I'm Doyle.
He's Will Davis. I'm David Williams. It's like our names are backwards.
Hey, Daniel.
Yeah.
You know what the loose cannon just told me?
What?
His wife doesn't really like you very much.
Your wife doesn't like me very much?
No, my wife doesn't like you very much.
It's good to know. Okay.
He wants to bust you today.
All right, so you got extra incentive then?
Yes, absolutely.
All right. Let's go for it.
I would like more interesting. Why does your wife not like him?
Yeah. You talk too much.
I talk too much?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm guilty then. Guilty as charged.
Everybody I know loves him, and that's the reason they love him.
We found the one person who does not like Daniel Negreanu.
Good luck to everybody.
Good luck.
I mean, bad luck, actually, I mean.
Well, at least he's honest about it.
The loose cannon, Will Davis folds. Abe Mosseri, King 5 suited. Raises to 1,200. Calacanis folds. King 8 suited for Daniel.
You can't fold the first hand, Daniel.
No, I couldn't possibly. Question is, how much are we playing for? Okay, 12's good. Let's do 12.
Daniel makes the call. Doyle folds.
Just leave that.
David Williams, 6 deuce suited.
It's very unlucky to win the first pot, I will tell you all that.
Changed his mind over here.
He calls.
Now it's just no limit hold'em.
Easy game.
3 players to the flop. 8-4 tray. Check by Williams. Mosseri with a flush draw. Bets 3,000.
This is a semi-bluff out of Mosseri to start things off.
It's my neighborhood down there.
It is?
Yeah, I like those little itty-bitty ones. Doyle knows that.
Daniel calls. David folds.
Daniel's got top pair. He's ahead for the moment.
Mosseri makes his flush on the turn.
Abe's going to bet here, try to get some value out of his flush.
That's 7,000.
Bet, huh?
Bet.
You never checked in your whole life.
Never check it.
Tell Daniel doesn't want to let go of top pair in the first hand.
I have a really big hand. You're not going to believe this. You're not going to believe that I'm folding this.
4 fours. All right.
No. I had a big hand, though.
Daniel folds.
Trust me.
What, an 8?
Yeah, but a big 8.
Oh.
Like a huge 8. Oh. It's a big laydown.
Yes, it was.
So if Daniel's done talking about his sick laydown, let's lay down some of the rules here at the big game.
Well, Joe, as you know, each table lasts exactly 150 hands. The action pre-flop is pot limit and becomes no limit after the flop. Blinds are 2 and 400 with a $100 ante, all of which is paid by the player on the button. And every player begins with at least $100 grand, but can rebuy for as little as $50K, all the way up to $500,000. Doyle Brunson will be on the button. Action begins with Abe Mosseri. Gets rid of it. So does Calacanis. Negranu, ace-6 suited. Raises to 1,200. Ace-queen for Doyle.
Doyle's going to take a second, see if he wants to call or re-raise. He knows Daniel's likely to call if he re-raises.
Just a call. Williams folds the Doyle-Brunson hand, and Davis folds as well. 6-8 deuce on the flop, 2 hearts.
Daniel's flopped a pair of 6s.
Leads out, betting 2,200.
You know I don't have anything that little.
I have to. That's like so my neighborhood. Right? At least 1 6.
Daniel showed the 6.
All right, I'll start you off. You got it.
Negranu wins a little pot of just under $6,000.
So your wife, where's she from?
Germany.
Your wife's German?
Yeah, it might be a German thing. I don't know. They don't like all the chitter chatter.
So she likes Phil Ivey then?
Yes, big Ivy fan.
I've got German ancestors. From Frankfurt.
Ich bin ein Godfather.
Dude, I struggle with English.
Godfather was English.
Action to begin on Daniel. Queen-6 suited. Folds.
Let one go.
Ooh, pocket kings for poker royalty.
Another good starting hand.
Raised to 1,200. David Williams, King-9 suited. Makes the call. Ace-8 for the loose cannon, Will Davis. He folds.
He wanted to so bad that time.
I wanted to. Doyle's a scary guy over there.
He ain't that scary, believe me.
Action folds around to Jason Calacanis. Calls.
Calls with a weak ace out of position.
So 3 players to the flop. Deuce, deuce, 6. Calacanis checks.
Safe flop for Doyle. Going to try to get some value.
Bets 3,300. Williams folds. So does Calacanis.
My favorite hand.
The 10 deuce?
2 aces.
No, I had seemed like my regular hand in playing these games. You know what it is.
Kings? You always, Doyle is on TV. He goes, I never get a hand. And every time I look, he's got someone's raised, and he's calling with kings. Like every third hand he plays, it's kings.
I had a king. It could have been devastating.
So David Williams avoids any possible devastation. Action will begin with him this hand. Looking at 5-3 offsuit. We saw him play 6 high earlier, but he'll get rid of this one. Queen-4 suited for Will Davis. Raises to 1,200.
Willie the Kid raising light from the cutoff.
Abe calls. Calacanis folds. So's Daniel. Jack-6 suited for Doyle Brunson. Getting a discount, makes the call.
Let's see if Will can follow through with this on the flop.
7-9-5. Mosseri flops a set of 9s. Doyle checks.
Continuation bet from Will is the right idea, just at the wrong time.
Bets 2,400.
Abe's going to try to build a pot here with his set of 9s.
Raises to 6,000. That'll get Doyle out of the way. And the loose cannon as well.
Lucky for the cannon, he was making a play this hand.
So Abe Mosseri picks up a pot of nearly $13,000.
Well, he is all about the action, but unless you've been following my tweets on the best damn deuce to 7 triple draw players in the world, you've probably never heard of Abe before. He's a big-time cash limit player, and he's a WSOP bracelet holder, so look out.
And he is a former day trader on Wall Street. He understands how to handle pressure. Quack, quack for Will Davis, the loose cannon. Raises to 1,200. Mosseri folds. Calacanis folds.
Garbage.
Daniel does as well.
How am I going to get your stack if you're not getting in there?
There's plenty of time.
There will be
plenty of time for that.
David Williams will play pocket tens. Pair versus pair. 5-4-4 on the flop. Williams checks.
The way the pre-flop action went, pretty safe board for deuces.
What's that?
Davis bets 2,100. Williams just calls.
A conservative play, trying to get a feel for how the loose cannon plays.
King of clubs on the turn. Williams with a flush draw now checks. So does Davis. A deuce of clubs on the river.
This is an action card. Will Davis is filled up, made a boat. David Williams has a flush.
He checks.
Will Davis should bet here, try to get some value out of his hand.
He does. Leads out 6,000.
This is a pretty big bet considering the size of the pot. It's going to be tough for David to call with a club as small as a 10. Also with a paired board, David has to consider